Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you this morning. I'm adjusting my camera here just a little bit, guys. I'm going to make it to where I don't see myself on my computer. It drives me insane when I'm trying to talk to you and I'm seeing myself talk back at myself. So, anyway, I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you today. I have to tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, my name is Robin Hurlbut. I am, yes, a retired naturopath, but I'm also a former personal trainer who absolutely loves being in the health and wellness industry. I love helping people reach goals that they never thought they would be able to reach. And a lot of that stems back with my own journey and what I was able to do really about 25 years ago. Even though I've been in the business over 30 years, my defining moment was about 25 years ago when I actually was in my third year of school. And I looked at myself and I realized that I was not where I really needed to be. If I was going to be teaching and coaching my patients and clients along the way, I knew that I needed to be living the life that I was going to be teaching others. And what happened was I joined the gym. I started exercising on purpose for the very first time in my life. The first 6 weeks, I wound up dropping 7 pounds. And after that, I went on to the next 12 weeks. I was able to drop 16 more additional pounds as well as 5 pant sizes. And I've been able to keep that off now for a little over 24 years. And that is because I made it a habit. I made a decision that I was going to do something for myself that was going to last the rest of my life. I wasn't going to go onto a diet that many of us have actually done in the past, get results only to go back and gain more weight that I had on in the beginning. Okay. So I wanted to share that story with you because I think that it's very important that you guys know that I actually teach success components for a healthy lifestyle in addition to taking the supplements that we're going to talk about today. So I wanted to let you know that I am so excited about this new incredible tool that we have in our arsenal called Burn X. It is one of the most exciting products I think that I have ever seen in my entire career because first and foremost, it is a very intricate formulation that is put together synergistically to be able to do many, many things in the body, okay? And for it to be able to do that, it's very important, I think, for you guys to know why it does what it does, how it works, when to take it, and most importantly, to know that you have to give it time to work, okay? It's not just a one pill wonder that you can actually take one pill or two pills or three pills or four pills a day and expect to get incredible results if you're not implementing a lot of the other components that have to be part of your program. So I am going to go over that with you in just a few minutes. But remember also, if you guys are wanting to lose weight, it did not take you a week to put the weight on, right? It didn't put you a month. Take you a month to put the weight on. It didn't take you probably 6 months to put the weight on. So it's going to take some time to be able to start working in your body and doing the things that it's supposed to do. The other thing is everybody's body is different. Do not compare yourself to other people. Everybody has a different body composition, number one. Everybody has a different body chemistry, number two. And we have to implement these things. Some of the people that maybe you guys are seeing who are getting incredible results are already implementing some of the things that I'm going to talk about. So just keep all those things in mind because it's very important for you to know what to do for yourself because you are completely different than everybody else, okay? So before we move on, I'd really like for you guys to get out a piece of paper, okay? Get out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle. I want you to put benefits on one side and sacrifices on the other, okay? So there's going to be lots of benefits. There's going to be lots of sacrifices that you're going to come across here in your program. Some of the benefits that you might be looking for or some of the benefits that you might be able to achieve would be a positive changes in your eating habits. Maybe it's going to be wearing smaller clothes. Maybe it's going to be greater energy. There's going to be lots and lots and lots of things. It's going to be different for everybody. Maybe some of the sacrifices, let's talk about those. Think about it. Maybe one of your sacrifices would be that you have to get up earlier to be able to prepare your meals for the day. Or maybe you need to meal prep. Maybe you need to learn how to grocery shop. You know, maybe it's kind of funny, but maybe one of your sacrifices is having to explain your new eating and exercise habits to other people. People are going to be watching you, trust me. People sometimes can be a little bit negative when they see you making the changes because they want to see you stay where you are. They don't want you to change. But you know what? You want to change, and that's what's important. So let's talk about the things that maybe we need to do to get that started. Okay, I'm going to start with Burn X first. I don't know if you're looking at this, if it's backwards or not. It kind of looked backwards to me when I looked at the picture, but the bottle states, and I want to make this perfectly clear, okay? The bottle states, the directions say 1 to 2 capsules in the morning and 1 to 2 capsules in the afternoon with meals. Now, it's very, very important that you take this product with food. I know some people that are in this group and some people who are making some comments are saying, oh, I take it 30 minutes before, or I take it an hour before, or I take it completely on an empty stomach, or I take it at nighttime before I go to bed. Please understand, these directions on this bottle are there for a reason. This is a formulation put together of different ingredients that actually work best with food. Are there ingredients in there that you could take on an empty stomach? Absolutely. But the way that it's put together to be in your stomach when food hits your stomach to do the things that it is supposed to do. And I'm going to walk through that in a minute because I want you guys to know a little bit more about the ingredients. Even though we don't get stuck on ingredients, I think they're very important to go over because they're wild, they're incredible. They're things that maybe you've never heard of before or even known that they do what they do, okay? So just get ready for that. Now, the first component that I want to talk to you about that you need to couple with taking your Burn X is going to be proper food intake. Now, what that means is not only the number of calories that you're taking in on a daily basis, but it means the proper amounts of your macronutrients that you're taking in on a daily basis. And what that means is, macronutrient is a big word, I know, and a lot of people don't know what that is, but it consists of your proteins, your carbohydrates, as well as your healthy fats. Okay, so let me explain to you a little bit about what protein does for you. Protein is going to give you energy. It's also going to feed the muscle. It's also going to help you feel full for an extended period of time. Carbohydrates are going to give you energy. Carbohydrates are also going to feed the brain. Okay, have you ever noticed when people cut out carbs, they get a little bit grouchy? It's because they're depleted with carbohydrates. You've got to have carbohydrates as well. The third thing is going to be your healthy fats. Now, you don't have to actually add additional fats because a lot of things are going to come from your foods that you eat, like avocados, nuts, lean cuts of meat, things like that, okay? So we can get more into that, but I'm just kind of giving you an overview of things that will help you to understand a little bit more about what you need to do, all right? So as far as proper food intake goes, the other thing is it's very important for you to try to follow just a healthy eating plan. Now, if you are one that does intermittent fasting or you do keto or you do a particular food program, I'm not going to tell you to get off of that. But what I will tell you is the masses, most people function better if they are eating small meals throughout the day or small snacks in between their meals throughout the day that consist of a balanced diet, okay? So that's the way that I'm going to teach you today, all right? Once again, if you're doing something different, stick with what works for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do as far as your meal plan goes. I'm just going to tell you what most people do. So think of it this way. When you wake up in the morning, you have fasted all night long, right? So when you wake up in the morning, the best thing for you to do is to get food in your body, so your breakfast, which means break the fast, first thing within the first hour after you wake up, okay? So you're going to break the fast by having your breakfast first thing in the morning. Now this is going to be as if you were going to start a fire. Let's say you have a fireplace. What would you do to start your fire? Think about it, right? You'd gather your kindling, you'd have your log on there, you'd light the fire, and boom, there goes your raging fire. That is your breakfast. That is what's going to get your metabolism elevated from the night before when you're in sleep mode. Okay, when you're sleeping, your metabolism drops and it stays low, so that when you put that fire, that fuel in your body the next morning, it's going to light the fire, it's going to elevate your metabolism. Now, if you had a fireplace, what would you do to keep that fire burning? You'd grab another log about 3 hours later and you'd throw that log on the fire. That is going to be your snack. 3 hours later, it is going to be your lunch. 3 hours later, it is going to be another snack. And 3 hours later, it's going to be your dinner. If you feel like after dinner you still are a little bit hungry, if you gravitate more towards a calcium-based snack, that's actually going to help you to sleep better as well. So that's going to be your proper food intake, okay? Keep that in mind. That's component number 1. Component number 2 is going to be proper supplementation. We have to make sure that we are getting the proper nutrients in our body, because we cannot get everything from food alone. We have to fill in those nutritional gaps that we don't get from our food through supplementation. Now this is where some of your other products are going to come into play, such as your Balance, your Gold, your Rush, maybe your Burn, your Ignite. You know, look at what your goal is. Everybody is going to be a little bit different. Once again, you're going to take what works for you, but you absolutely have got to fill in those nutritional gaps with additional supplementation. That is going to be key. This is really a wild thing. If you are trying to get all of your food and all of your nutrition through food alone, what you're going to have to do, if you were to take in food by itself, you would actually have to take in probably 5,000 to 7,000 calories in a day. Well, you can't do that and continue to get the results that you're looking for. I hope I'm still here. It looks like I may have gone away. Nope, there I am. I'm still there. My camera turned off for a second. Anyway, okay, so in order to get your calories in, or your nutrients in, you would have to take 5,000 to 7,000 calories a day, and you can't do that and have a weight loss program. It just doesn't work that way. So make sure that you're taking in the nutrients from additional supplementation. All right, third component is going to be movement. The movement that you need to get in is going to consist of not necessarily going to the gym. You don't have to do that. But what you do have to do is that you have to get some movement in by starting to walk, get up out of your chair, maybe walk around the house, lift some weights, sit down in your chair, do leg lifts. It can be a combination of a lot of different things. And if that movement has to start with you just getting up and doing 5 to 10 minutes at a time, that's okay. You definitely want to do that, all right? The rule of thumb is you need to get some cardiorespiratory exercise in to elevate that metabolism, get your heart working properly, your lungs working properly, as well as getting in some resistance training. Resistance on the muscle is going to help with the proper uptake of calcium into the bones as well. So just getting some movement in is going to be key. All right, fourth component is going to be proper sleep. Who is getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep in every single night? Okay, the National Sleep Institute states that you need 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night to have proper rest, to be able to get your body to recover from the day. And so we need to do that every day if possible. Now, I sometimes don't get my 7 hours in either, so I'll be honest with you. I need to do a little bit better myself, but it's something that you can work on. The other component is going to be stress reduction. We have to reduce our stress so that we can keep our cortisol levels down, so that we don't put on belly fat. We want to make sure that we have less stress in our life to be able to move forward, right? And then the other thing I always like to say is get professional assistance or find an accountability partner. Having someone that's going to help you along the way, help you to stay accountable to yourself, is going to be key. If you don't have someone that you're working with, let this group be your accountability partner. Let the person who invited you to this group be the one that helps you to get going on your program. And stay consistent, okay? That's the one thing you don't ever want to do, is you don't ever want to quit. Stick with your program no matter what. Put on some clothes. Let that be your guide. Put on the tightest clothes you can possibly find in your closet every single week. If you don't want to measure, put on clothes that typically would be too tight to hook, or maybe they can hook, but maybe you want to see some changes. Let that be your guide. Do not get stuck on what the scale says. That's very important, okay? Because things are happening physiologically in your body that have to continue to happen in order for all of a sudden the weight to start dropping, you to start feeling better, and things to start working the way that you want them to work, okay? So let's talk a little bit about these ingredients. I made a little note because I wanted to make sure that I went over what they did, all right? There's so many things, and they crisscross, they work in different areas. Let's talk about the ingredients that are going to help to support stabilized blood sugar levels, okay? That's going to be your chromium chelate, your berberine, your cinnamon, and your fenugreek, okay? Those are things that need to be in your stomach when you are eating. Those need to be in your stomach for that with food. Now, ingredients that are going to have fiber or are going to support a healthy digestion and a healthy gut is also going to be fenugreek and berberine. It's also going to be the broccoli that we have in there, as well as the black pepper. Then we have ingredients that may reduce your desire for sweets, and they're going to support balanced fat and sugar uptake and absorption into the body, and that's going to be the Gymnema sylvestre, okay? So that is an incredible product that you are going to be able to hear a lot about in the news also. So I encourage you to go out and learn about these ingredients that are actually in this product. These are the ones that may improve insulin sensitivity. And insulin sensitivity is where there's an uptake of glucose into your cells, which is very important. We want that to happen. We don't want the glucose to stay in our bloodstream. So this is why it's super important to look at this. That is going to be the fenugreek and the mulberry. Okay, those are the things that may improve insulin sensitivity. Then we have ingredients that is going to support your natural production of the hormone GLP-1, okay? Our body, that's in our body naturally, and that's going to be the berberine. Then we have ingredients in here that are going to help give you a feeling of fullness or help to curb your appetite, and that's going to be your white kidney bean extract because it does have fiber. It's going to be berberine. It's going to be broccoli. These are so super incredible. And then think about this one. We've got one that is going to support AMPK activation. And what that means is it's going to help you to burn fat instead of storing it, right? That's what it helps you to do. This is what that does in your body, and that is the berberine as well, okay? Then we have something that's going to be thermogenic, and it may create sorry, I said that wrong. It may prevent the creation of new fat cells in the body, and that is going to be the evothen. Okay, this is an alkaloid from a plant that is super incredible. Oh my gosh, guys. I mean, you don't know what you have your hands on. It's so great. All right, then we have some ingredients that may support autophagy. Now, autophagy is the process of recycling damaged cells in your body. And what can happen is they can actually self-digest fat cells. Doesn't that sound good? That's awesome. And that is going to be your spermidine as well as the berberine. All right, that's a rhyme. And then we have things that are going to be an amylase inhibitor or a carb blocker. And that is going to be the white kidney bean extract. And that's why it's so important for this particular product to be in your stomach with food, not on an empty stomach going through the digestive tract and you wasting the ingredients without having the food on your stomach. Okay, so keep that in mind as you guys continue to go on throughout your program, and make sure that you are taking it properly as well as consistently. And I encourage you to continue to do that this is going to help you to get the results that you're looking for. But deciding to make these changes is going to be one of the most important things that you can do. All right, draw that line in the concrete. I always say draw it in the concrete, because you know what, you draw that line in the sand, you can wipe it out. You can always wipe it out and say, no, I'm not starting today, I'm starting next week, or no, I'm not doing it now. So draw it in the concrete, step over it, and make that decision. I know that sometimes making that decision is the hardest thing that you can do, but it's going to be one of the most rewarding things that you can do in your entire life, is making the changes necessary today that are going to last you for the remainder of your life. And you can create a legacy within your own family as well, by teaching the things that you're learning to not only your children, but your grandchildren too. Okay? I think I told you before, I'm 64 years old. I'm one of those grandmas that plays with my grandkids. I want to continue to be able to do that. I plan to live over 100 years old if possible, as long as I'm healthy, and that's my plan. So think about your goals first and foremost. Those, along with the products that you're taking, are going to help you to be accountable to yourself. Grab yourself an accountability partner, and let's go, okay? So I hope that you guys have enjoyed your experience with me today. I hope that you have learned some things that maybe you didn't know before. I certainly enjoy being here with you, even though it's nerve-wracking. I've only done a few lives before, so I hope that I wasn't too confusing for you. But I am excited to help you to get started on your journey. I know all of us in this group are. And if you have any further questions or comments, please get back with the person that invited you to this group. We are going to be happy to help you in any way that we can. I look forward to helping you make some positive changes in your life. And if you haven't already gotten started, I hope that you will get started today. And I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you again soon. Bye.